Welcome to George Coll Fine Art. Here, the viewer is encouraged to get outside and paint from life. George's job is to provide the tools to solve the many technical challenges faced in rendering landscape paintings. View the library of landscape paintings offered and become a subscriber. You can also purchase tutorial videos, plus original tutorial and studio paintings. Thank you. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button and join in on the fun.
Hello and welcome to part 3 of March Thaw. Came out pretty good. Okay, so today was detail day, and so basically I just used small brushes and went through using these small brushes and the techniques to use them to make background holes, sky holes, small branches, and how to make this thing kind of zing. So that is what's in store for you on part 3. So get outside and paint. Paint with your friends. Get critiques and keep painting. Don't be intimidated by a white canvas. Just keep doing it. You can do this. All right, get good. All right, let's get started. Bye. Hey, welcome everybody. This is part 3 of March Thaw, and we're going to finish this painting today. And we've covered a lot of territory. So today we want to work on detail. The obvious stuff is we need to get these little trees and branches and try to define some of these finer points here, because we've solved a lot of problems. We've got our values worked out in our darks and our warms up here, and time to have some fun. So I'm going to probably be using a number 1 279 and a thing called, I think, a rigger. Let's see, I've got a rigger here. It's a number 2 rigger. So we'll be using those. The brand I'm using is a Rosemary. I think the dealer, I'm not being sponsored by them, but the dealer is called windriverart.org or something like that. Wind River. Okay. Let's get started. So what I want to start with is getting a pretty good sense of where these trees are going to be. And I have a few thick ones I want to put in right here. I think I started on them yesterday. So let's go some blue. Let's get some transparent oxide red. Don't have transparent oxide red. Raw sienna, burnt sienna are good ones. And this might be too dark, but I shall see. Let me gray that down just a tad, using a dark gray. I'm going to loosen that up just a little bit so I can get some mileage out of it. What I mean by that, I just put in more Gamsol. Put in some light gray now. Light gray. Got to have just the right amount of a little bit of Gamsol in there, so you get some product coming off your brush with a very light touch. And this is working. It's just a bunch of other guys. It's just really these little branches everywhere. And I'm going to start making branches. And there's branches coming down from down below. They're just coming out from all over the place, as you can see from the reference. And I'm going to now add more lighter gray to the mixture. Okay, now I'm going to go to a smaller brush. Oh wait, I think I need another one. I need something down in here. I don't know if I want to have as much tree down here as I see in the reference, but I'll put one in here anyway. Not so big. Oh, I lightened it too much. Let me go back to some blue and some brown. I'm twirling it, as you see, also. And that just gets more product off either side of the brush. I'm going to get some light brown and some gray. And I'm going to put some of that in the trunks, just because I can. There, that gives it some life. And I'm going to go over to the other bank and put some in over there. Blue, brown, blue, little gamsol. I squeezed these paints on Sunday. It's now Wednesday, so it's getting a little stiff. That's why I'm adding more gamsol than I probably would have had in part 1 and 2. This is just not working. I can't get a good flow. Let's see here. Here we go. Try one more time. There we go. Get some gray in there. And I'll get some brown on that one too, right in here. Trying to, come on. I like that, just a little bit of brown just really helps sometimes. Okay, now we need to go to a smaller brush, get smaller branches. Let's see, what is the smallest I have? Looks like I've got a really small rigger, 273. Okay, I'm going to goop up both sides of it. Nice. Got some. I also put it in the gamsol to try to give it some. See, it's really nice for. I'm going to lighten this up. It's really nice for putting really thin stuff on. And now I'm going to add more lighter blue to this. Come on. Pretty hard to mix with a rigger. They're not good to mix with. That's why they invented the palette knife. But here I am trying to just do things quickly. So you want to make sure your branches are not too dark and not too light. And I think I need to bring this guy down. Just too big right there. There we go. And I'll put some others out here. Now what I also see are some branches that are light in color that are showing up because of a dark background. So I'm going to get some light gray, get some gamsol in there, and put some of that in here. Better dark that up just a little bit. And I'll work on some of that in here too. And I'll even put some light gray in the trunks. That kind of worked out. I don't know why. Has a nice effect. That was too dark, so I have to go over it with a dark. All right. Whew, time to take a sip of coffee, for goodness sakes. That's a lot of stress. I had to walk back. I have a electric heat here in the studio, but I like to warm it up with my old wood heater, little wood stove, and I put my coffee on top of it. It keeps it nice and warm. Ah, that is good. Okay, let's get back to this painting. I think we also need some work in the background. There's some darks back here that I started. Don't want them too dark. You don't want them too light. Just a hint. And that should do it. Okay, when you have riggers, you really have to clean them out because they can go bad quick. So you really get it in your gamsol and then clean them out. Okay. I think I need to go back, and I'm going to be using a number 2 rigger, and I'm going to be working with the background colors. So let's get into this sky hole. So here's some yellow, cad yellow medium, white. I'm going to put a little bit of orange in there. Yellow over on this side. That should do it. And let's get some orange, yellow, and start carving out. Because if you really look at the reference, there's a lot coming through here. And what this background light does is emphasize the trunks, where the trunks are, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. There's a real science to sky holes. They can really, or background holes, because they can really help the painting describe what it needs to say. You see how those are starting to come out now, where they weren't as so well defined before, and I'm going to try that over here now. Well, that's starting to look pretty nice. I think I'm going to need some blue in here. And I'll just put that right there. I just needed a shadow in there, in that area where all the light was. So I put a little bit of cool in there. Okay, back to the orange and yellow. I see a lot more up in here. Up in here. See how I'm flipping the brush to get different, to get the product off of different sides. And I think this is what helps makes this painting look so pretty, is this backlit stuff coming through. The trees. It's just so pretty. I think it kind of comes down in this area a little bit. Ooh la la! Oh, come on. What a pretty little painting. Well, I've still got this rigger out. I'm going to work in the shadow color a little bit. And what I mixed up was some cobalt blue and a little bit of viridian and a lot of titanium white. And it's just a nice little addition to deep shadows. And that's what I'm working in here now. And now, when you really look at the reference really close, you can see some worms in the foreground. And I am going to mix some of that right now. So let's get some yellow ochre and some rust. And we will knock that down a little bit. So a lot of you have been asking, what is this rust stuff, color you keep referring to? And it's a Rembrandt color, and it's called light oxide red. It actually has a number to it. It's number 339. It's really strong, so it's opaque. I'm going to add some alizarin to it. Nope, too much. Back to rust. Get some orange in it. There we go. And we'll put some of that in the foreground. Kind of looks like the stuff we have back here. And then I think we need some blue right in here. All right, I think it might be time for a signature. So it's too busy over there for a signature on the left, so I will get some more rust. Get a little dark in it. and see if this rigger can help me make a signature right here. I need some Gamsol in it. One more time for the signature. And there it is. All right. This will be up on my website here in a couple days. And I'll try to get this part 3 series up later today. So got to do some editing and that kind of stuff. All right, I'm stepping back. I really like these rich blue greens or whatever we made with that cobalt and viridian in there. That's so rich. I love it. Now, when I look at the sky, you know, the question is this too dull up here? But I like that warm color up there. I really, really do. But I'll look at it for a few days. If it's still bugging me, I'll change it. But otherwise, I think March Thaw really is a cute little painting. All right, thank you so very, very much for coming by and painting with me. I'll see you next week in the next painting. All right.